I still remember the way he looked at me that morning. He kissed my forehead, smiled like nothing in the world was wrong, and said, "I'm so lucky to have you, babe." That was the last time I believed him. My name is Sophia, and for 4 years, I thought I had found my forever. We had the kind of love people envied, Sunday morning coffee in bed, weekend getaways, and plans for a future that felt so real. I was building my life around us. I had even started designing our dream home on paper. But love can be blind, especially when the person you trust the most is hiding everything right in front of you. It started with little things I tried to ignore. Late nights at the office. Phone always face down. Sudden mood swings. He told me I was being paranoid, that I was the only woman in his life. And like a fool, I believed him. Until the day I found the messages. I wasn't even looking for them. His laptop was open on the kitchen counter while he was in the shower. One notification popped up. Then another. And another. Her name was Elena. The words I read that day shattered me into a million pieces. I can't stop thinking about last night. I wish I could wake up next to you every morning. Soon we won't have to hide anymore. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely scroll. Pictures. Voice notes. Plans to meet while I was away visiting my mother. I stood there frozen, tears falling silently onto the keyboard. The man I loved, the man I had sacrificed so much for, had been cheating on me for almost 8 months. When he came out of the shower, he saw my face and knew. For a second, something like guilt flashed in his eyes. Then he tried to turn it around on me. "You weren't supposed to see that," he said. That was all. No real apology. No tears. Just annoyance that his secret was out. I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw everything at him. But instead, I just looked at him and whispered, "How long?" He didn't even have the courage to answer. That night, I cried until I had nothing left. I felt worthless. Broken. Humiliated. But somewhere between 3 a.m. and sunrise, something inside me shifted. The pain turned into something colder. Something quieter. A decision. He thought I would fall apart. He thought I would beg him to stay or cry to my friends. He had no idea what I was about to do. The next few weeks were hell. I pretended everything was normal while I quietly gathered every piece of evidence I could find. Screenshots. Hotel bookings. Money transfers to her. Even recordings of his late-night calls I managed to capture. Every time he touched me, I felt sick. Every "I love you" felt like a knife. But I smiled. I played the part of the devoted girlfriend who was working through our issues. He believed it. Because he thought I was weak. Meanwhile, Elena had no idea I existed. He had told her I was crazy and controlling and that we were basically broken up. She thought she was the main character in his love story. I watched her social media like a ghost. She posted pictures of them together, calling him my everything. The same man who used to call me his queen. The betrayal ran deeper than I imagined. He had taken money from our joint savings, money I had earned from my freelance design work, to take her on trips. He had even told her he would propose to her soon. One evening, I finally confronted him. Not with anger, but with calm. I laid everything out on the table, printed messages, dates, money trails. He panicked. Started crying. Said it was a mistake. Promised he would end it with her immediately. He even got on his knees and begged me not to leave. I looked at him and said, "I need time to think." But I had already made my decision. While he thought I was thinking, I was working silently. I contacted a lawyer. I spoke to his boss, a very traditional man who valued family and reputation. I also reached out to a few key people in his professional circle. The old Sophia would have screamed and cried and hoped for change. The new Sophia was strategic. Cold. Patient. I stopped sleeping in the same bed. I stopped cooking for him. I stopped being his emotional support. Every day, I became a little more distant while he grew more desperate. He started coming home early. Buying flowers. Promising the world. But it was too late. The pain of knowing he chose her over me every single time still burned. Some nights I would sit in my car and cry after seeing their secret messages. But every tear only made me more determined. He didn't just betray my love. He betrayed my trust, my future, and my peace. And for that, he was going to pay. 3 weeks later, everything came crashing down for him. I sent a carefully prepared package to his workplace, all the evidence, neatly organized, along with a polite letter from me explaining the situation. His boss received it on Monday morning. By Wednesday, he was called into a meeting and suspended pending investigation. At the same time, Elena finally learned the truth. I sent her everything too, including the messages where he called her a side thing and said he would never leave me. She blocked him the same day and posted a vague but very telling story about betrayal. He came home that evening completely destroyed. His face was pale. His hands were shaking. For the first time, he looked small. "You ruined my life," he whispered. I looked him straight in the eyes and said, "No. You ruined it the day you chose to betray me." I moved out the following weekend. I took back what was mine, including every single cent he had taken from our savings. My lawyer made sure of that. Last I heard, he lost his job. Elena left him. His reputation in our circle is gone. He had to move back in with his parents. And me? I'm finally free. It's been 6 months now. I still have moments where the pain comes back, but they're getting quieter. I've started my own design studio. I smile more. I laugh louder. I sleep peacefully. The greatest revenge wasn't destroying him, though he deserved every consequence he got. The greatest revenge was becoming the woman I was always meant to be without him. If you've ever been betrayed by someone you loved with all your heart, remember this. Your pain is valid. Your anger is valid. But never let them turn you bitter. Let it turn you into someone wiser, stronger, and untouchable. He thought he broke me. Instead, he set me free.